Welcome to my second devlog. Today's video contains debugging, a GameJam intro and some fantastic news. First thing first, I became a Unity wizard. The profiler made a debut in my toolkit and I gotta say, I feel like I leveled up as a Unity dev. What may cause these leg spikes? Talk about a bumpy road, huh? I also did some physics optimizations in my Snake game, like swapping out mesh colliders for box colliders on the fragments and tweaking the time settings in order to restrict physics calculations. Then I was browsing itch.io and saw a GameJam starting in 6 hours and decided to join it. The theme for the Melon Jam was revealed at 2 AM, but I was asleep by then. After seeing Charm in the morning, my first thought went to GigaChad, a character that flexes his muscles to turn enemies into allies. The first day I worked on the character movement and animation, and the enemies. I had some problems with enemy weapons, but in the end I made a pivot that always looks at the target, and an infinite attack loop because I didn't want to check for proximity. On the second day I tried to make a track inspired by the GigaChad theme, but decided against it very fast, as it didn't really fit, and I only know how to make techno. I watched some shader graph tutorials and made a golden outline for the player. Then, some UI work. Enemy health that turns from red to green when charmed, player health, charming meter, and so on. Day 3 was a roller coaster. It was my birthday, and after spending some quality time with my friends, I got back to work in the afternoon. Made unlockable player skills that took way too much time, and the boss, the sprite for which was made at a previous GameJam. Tweaked the charming ability as it had some issues. By the time I finished with the tweaks I only had 2 hours left. I found a ground tile set, put the controls and the goal on the ground. Boss fight? Well, I didn't manage to test it. I made a spawner that creates enemies every 3 seconds after player approaches. They quickly overwhelm the player and the game becomes unbeatable. The final build took a while to make, and during that time I documented all the assets I used. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to add sound effects, and as mentioned, the boss fight is impossible. But overall, it was a very good experience. I had a lot of fun, finished this project, and had a nice time out with my friends on my birthday. And finally, some good news. I landed a job in the game industry. Initially, it will be research and analysis on mobile games. Then, we'll start the development of an in-house game. Dreams do come true. Now, I have a dilemma on whether to focus on my Snake game or not. I'm leaning towards creating smaller games that might take 1-2 weeks to finish. Quick wins, you know? I'll need to take some time and decide. That's all for today. Check out my Melon Jam masterpiece on itch.io, link in the description, and see you next time.